You want to know a secret? Your freedom of speech is protection from your government persecuting you for that speech. It has nothing to do with your work. So when you get hired, you usually get like a little employee handbook or guidelines to follow, certain dress code, the way they want you to handle yourself around people, around customers. You get training, all those different little things. If you say something so ridiculous or do something that looks bad for that company's image, I don't know, Gina Carano saying something about maybe neighbors shouldn't be telling on their other neighbors, like a Nazi thing, something like that. Getting fired because you didn't agree with the government's response to COVID and maybe natural immunity was better than or okay to do instead of taking a vaccine, untested vaccine. Something like that. School should be open. You should be able to go outside and go to a gym, during COVID. All these things that people could get fired for, which should never happen. But it was okay then, but now it's not. You celebrating somebody's death is a little different than the previous examples just given. Now, Jimmy Kimmel wasn't necessarily celebrating a death. He was just telling an outright lie that the person who did perform that assassination was in fact a right-wing MAGA supporter, which has blatantly been proven not to be by the FBI investigations, numerous other reports. That's all been substantiated. But it's okay to lie because he's just trying to put the blame on somebody else and maybe increase hostilities towards another side. That it seems to happen a lot. Maybe it was because Jimmy Kimmel, he said something stupid. Maybe it was just an out for the company that hired him, who his contract happened to be up this year in the next few months. So they were about to renew that or have to renew that, or it was just an easy out for them. Maybe he only had substantially less ratings than most shows out there, or what the show used to have. I believe the numbers was like 100,000 or so in the demographic, 18 to 48 or 49, which is what advertisers are looking for. So the advertisers complained about it. A bunch of other networks that air the shows complained about it. So the company goes, maybe it's time we cut ties with you. You've already said some ridiculous things, like, that people that didn't get the vaccines shouldn't be able to go to hospitals and should be just allowed to die. They shouldn't get health care. Different ridiculous things like that people say that could get you fired for doing something stupid. I don't know. That's just my thought. It had nothing to do with, apparently, the latest report is that Trump called the FCC and told them to fire this person and not renew. Follow the money. The money makes the world go round. And advertisers start complaining, you get kicked out. The vast majority of people didn't like what he said. Advertisers see it. Advertisers say, no more money for you. It's as simple as that. Anyway, guys, that's it. Just thought y'all should know that. It's not what they're saying, depending on which side you're reading or listening to. That's not how things work. That's what happened. That was the gist of it. There was nothing wrong with it. Be good, guys.